to be used for. This was introduced by virtue of the fact it was an attempt to try and fight terrorism, money laundering for that matter. But members of parliament are saying that this has become now a bit of an impediment for those who would like to transact, genuine businessmen that would like to transact. So it's good we have a member of parliament here. Are you part of those who are fighting banks on daily cash limit rule?
We are not fighting banks, but what we are saying, implementing the rule has really inconvenienced Kenyans, and especially those who are doing very good business, like fishermen down there. People end up sleeping with money in their houses, because when you go to the bank, you are given a form as if you're looking for a job, you know, to fail and even explain so many things which you don't expect from somebody who is doing a business. Even somebody like me, you go to the bank, you want to withdraw your money, and you are being subjected to a long kind of interview, which is unnecessary. When we talk about terrorism, even with the laws in place, we were still attacked just the other day.
But now, what would you have as a solution? Because from the bank side, what they're trying to do is limit money laundering issues. And secondly, what we do know is that in terms of funding terrorism, they use a lot of money transferred from and to and fro. So that just becomes, let me say, it slows it down. What solutions would you offer that now the bank would implement in that regard?
What we are saying is that we can fight terrorism using other ways and means. But if we are targeting our own banks, we are injuring our economy.
What are the means and ways would there be? Because it's okay to criticize one way of doing things, but then offer a solution.
We have police, we have empowered DCI officer, we have EACC and everybody. We can even track how the money has been deposited after the service. But now, trying to block somebody from accessing his own account, and even inconveniencing you going to the account, and you're now ending up taking an option of keeping the money with you, we are injuring our economy.
All right. Ambrose Weda, your thoughts on this and whether it is indeed a genuine fight back by, or rather, members of parliament coming out to say that it's slowing down some businessmen, genuine businessmen.
I think the members of parliament should have come out very clearly. This thing was not to fight terrorism. It was, I think, more enforced during elections so that you control people's monies all over. Otherwise, in an economy of 3 trillion, asking people when they are dealing with 1 million is like somebody has 1 million shillings, but whenever he spends 10 bob or 5 shillings, you ask him, can you explain? So the explanations by the time you finish their million will be so much. So I think let's not talk about terrorism or money laundering and so on and so forth. Let's look at looking at suspicious monies, where you say that what you do and what you work and how you have been banking is different from now what a transaction. But if somebody has been in that range, then surely if you ask, let's say, Serena Hotel, you are now banking today, you are banking 3 million, you are banking 2 million. Can you explain? That's a total different bond game. And if you don't ask them and you ask whether, then you are discriminating me. You just look at me and say, whether looks very poor. So tell us where you got this money has come from. They should find a more tidy, more better way of tracking down suspicious money. But you can't track down every Kenyan. Surely. This is our country. We are not the foreigners here.
Because well, according to the bank, they say that they're part of a global system that seeks to insulate the industry against money laundering and financing of terrorism. So it's not something that the bank has taken out on their own and said it's only the Kenyan bank.
Can you allow me to? We have been to other countries. You actually walk in there with money. Carried in your hands.
Transact as you wish.
Yes, so some are in your card, some are in cash. You just declared some. In some countries, you don't even declare. You just come in. They want you to spend. If you spend badly, they arrest you. So here, saying is part of global. Which global? When we are talking about some very successful economies, I think that it was more about controlling political money in the last elections and maybe in future, and ensuring that your opponents are as poor as possible. When your money is in the go-downs, you pick. And they're encouraging Kenyans actually to keep their money at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a debate that continues, and we'll wait and see whether members of parliament are going to pass a law that's going to maybe come against that, because that's one of the things that they said they could do. But let's look at another story on page 6. Over 10 billion feared lost in new NHIF pay scandal. Now, the National Hospital Insurance Fund could have lost more than 10 billion in false medical claims, investigations have said. We are back to the health sector, and now in Kenya we seem to deal with billions. We deal in, cash that is almost not even fathomable when it comes to an ordinary Kenyan. Whether 10B could be lost in this. And of course, I was having a discussion over the weekend, and the question is, it's very, very difficult to steal from government. Almost impossible. Because of the systems that are in place.
Yes.
For you to even get a tender, for example, there are so many forms that you have to fill in. There are so many things that you have to do. So when 10 billion disappears or is feared lost, isn't this just literally laughing in our faces?
I think, let me correct, it is a lot easier to steal from government than to steal from private individuals. Because for government, as long as you fulfill the regulations, the law, the way it is required, did you get the tender documents, did you fill it in good time, did you qualify, all those things, whether what you do is madogodanio, as long as you are within the law, and you can read the law and get it. That's why today we have people who help you in the tender process. You want a tender, you just hire them, and then they follow the law strictly until you get the money. The only thing is that there's no good service. Individually, somebody, even if I followed the procedure, you'll still say, Buana, this is not the newspaper I expected. So don't tell me you followed the process. So NHIF, over the years, has been known to have issues. Now that they are flowing in cash, Kenyans are paying a lot. You will find there's conspiracy between health facilities and individuals. And through that, they actually take out a lot of money. Other than that, doctors are also fleecing us. You go there, they look at your eyes, they say, this one needs admission. Why do they want to admit you? Because somebody has a construction site somewhere, he would like to make a lot of money. I saw something trending on social media, that somebody, I think a lady, was admitted for 40 days in ICU. The bill is 40 million, 12 million. The lady herself is dead. So when you go to a doctor,